Good evening. Time now for a Let's Play. We're going to do another of the Fighting Fantasy books, this time House of Hell. Now if you're unfamiliar with Fighting Fantasy, it's basically part of it's a book, part of it's a game, a bit like an RPG. We even have now a character sheet. So the first thing we've got to do is roll our character. So let's see now. Skill, 1d plus 6. 2. So we've got a skill of 8. Brilliant. Although in a House of Hell you start unarmed, which means you have to deduct 3 from your maximum skill, so we start off with 5. It's not looking good. Stamina, 2d6 plus 12. This isn't going to work, is it? Flipping, or I'll drop the dice on the floor, I better. Got a 2 again, and a 1, fantastic. Which gives us a stamina of 15. Out of a possible 24, so not too good. And luck, 1d6 plus 6. 4, that's not bad. So I have 10 luck. So that's pretty cool. Now, because House of Hell is a horror type, we also have to deal with fear, which is something that's not common in the Fighting Fantasy series. So what we do now is roll 1d6 plus 6, which gives us a max fear score. A 1, fantastic. So we have a max fear of 7. But we start the game with a fear level of 0. And as we come across things which terrify us, the fear will increase. Now, I know these things basically from reading the introduction to this book. I've actually never attempted to play it before. So I doubt we're going to make it through. You know, those with a weak heart and probably pregnant women as well should not watch this video. It's not going to end well, I don't think. The setup is pretty simple. We're alone, driving at night in a thunderstorm. We're lost because we've received bad directions from some white-haired old man. All of a sudden, a ghostly figure appears in the road. We swerve to avoid it, but our car runs into a ditch, and no, it is dead. What are we going to do, alone in the middle of a storm? Oh look, there's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Oh, flipping heck, I forgot to... Right, imagine this is the start of the video. Imagine this is a pipe. I would like to, if I may, to take you on a strange journey. Okay, that's that out of the way. Right. We see a light over at the Frankenstein place, so we go over to check it out. And this is where we pick up with the start of the story. Are you ready? God almighty. You climb the creaking steps up to the front door and pause to catch your breath. Even though you ran all the way to the drive from your car, you are soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet, judging by the number of puddles you stepped into in the dark. The drive needs a small fortune spending on repairs, but under the porch you are out of the storm, and you brush your rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. Yeah, I'm going to flub it a bit, but just bear with me. The rain is still pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. No lights are on downstairs. You step back off the porch to check the upstairs window which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing, no lights. The whole place seems to be deserted, but then you remember the time, 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house has probably gone to bed. An owl hoots in the distance and a shiver runs down your spine. The situation is a little scary. Here you are in the middle of nowhere at some strange rundown old house about to wake up whoever lives inside at midnight. They certainly won't be too pleased, but you have no choice if you are going to make your appointment tomorrow. Oh yeah, we've got an appointment tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but it's there. Should we make something up? If the book contradicts us later on, let's say that it's got to be really, really important. I was going to say something with an orphanage again, but I think I did something like that with Legs Blown Off Boy when I was playing Minesweeper. I'll think about it. If something comes into me what this appointment's going to be, we'll make it up later. Yeah. You must reach a telephone to call for help. You step up to the front door. From the left-hand side of the house, a dull glow catches your attention. A light has been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least someone is awake. You consider your options. There is an elaborate knocker in the middle of the door and a bell pull hanging down to the right. Will you rap the door with the knocker, pull the cord, or creep around the house to investigate the light? Right. I can't see it making too much of a difference whether we pull the cord or knock on the knocker, unless the cord activates some sort of booby trap. This is the scary one. Let's advocate caution. We'll creep around and investigate the light. Turn to 289. See, this is how the book keeps tabs on you. So basically it's a series of little paragraphs, let's say, little sections, all of which are numbered. And you don't just read the book from start to finish in order. As you come to the end of a paragraph, you're faced with some choices and it'll tell you to turn to a certain numbered section of the book. If you'd like to cheat, you can stick your finger in the book and then turn to the one, find out if it kills you or not, and then carry on. But we're not going to do that. This is, you know, if we're going to succeed, we're going to do it honestly. So here we go. Turn to 289. I just realised this video is going to be a lot of me just turning pages unless I edit it. 289. You walk from the porch around the side of the house. A light is indeed on, and it's shining through a window at the back of the building. Do you wish to go around to see if you can see anything in this window? Or will you walk up to one of the other windows along the side wall to see whether you can enter the house without anyone knowing? Why would we want to enter the house without anyone knowing? At this point, if we're role-playing it, I mean, we know that this is bad. This house, you know, has something bad going on because the book is called House of Hell. But at the moment, our character doesn't know anything. It's just a house, and he's approached to ask for help. He doesn't. So I'm going to role-play it. I'm going to say I wouldn't try to enter the house without anyone knowing. That seems like odd behaviour. I would try and have a look at the lights. That's 3, 4, 5. The lit window is next to a back door which leads into a kitchen. Voices are coming from the kitchen, but you cannot see anyone. Whoever is in there must be standing by the back wall out of sight. You strain to hear what is being said. There appear to be 2 people in the kitchen, and they are talking excitedly. Master is getting ready. Oh God. Shall I put on an ego voice? No. Master is getting ready. I'm starting to get excited. I've never been to one before. Do you really think we may be visited? Another man's voice, rather more controlled, replies, You know I'm having doubts about this whole affair. She is so young, and she came here all... What? Hang about. This book's taken a strange turn now. She is so young, and she came here in all innocence. I just don't know. The 2 men walk around the kitchen, and you can see them more clearly. They are both dressed in white gowns. One is a good deal younger than the other. Do you wish to knock on the door to see whether they will let you in? Or will you wait and listen for a little longer? Right. Now at this point, I think it's safe to say that our guy would suspect something is up, hearing these 2 people talk about some poor innocent girl who is young and has something bad is going to happen, presumably, and they're stood about wearing white robes like it's the freaking Ku Klux Klan or something. That's how I said that. Right. I think he'd probably wait and listen a little longer, so 68. God, it'll undermine the tension a bit if I start humming tunes when I'm freaking turning all the pages, won't it? If I'm humming The Beautiful South, I'm just like... Here we are, 68. The younger man turns to the older one and angrily says, The Master's teachings are not for the faint-hearted. You know of his powers and his promise to us all. Perhaps you are no longer strong enough to stay with us. The older man turns away towards the window. He is hiding the look on his face, which is one of nervousness and fear. He realises that he has said the wrong thing. No, he stammers. I'll be all right. Just a momentary weakness. Come, let us get on with the preparations. Together the 2 men leave the kitchen, blowing out the candles on the way. Oh, there were candles. You wonder what they were talking about. Now you must choose your next move. Will you try the kitchen door to see whether you can sneak inside, or go back around to the front and knock on the door? Probably knock on the door, sack it. Turn to 357. I'm glad we caught you at home. Can we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry. Here we go. A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly, and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit with tails. His long face is solemn. Yes, he says, indignantly. See, I said that yes, indignantly, before I read the word indignantly. I must be psychic or something. That is spooky for Halloween. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Your car has broken down. You need to reach a telephone. Really is the Rocky Horror Show, isn't it? And you are soaked to the skin. The man's face remains expressionless. Come in, he orders. The master is expecting you. Follow me. He leads you into reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs you his master... He leads you into a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. Turn to 8. I don't like it when it doesn't give you any options, when it's just sort of like pushing you around. It usually means you're on a bad path. Here we go. You sit in a solid curved chair and look around. The reception hall is certainly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A number of portraits line the walls. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. Will you wait for your host to arrive, turn to 227, or 277, study the paintings, or hunt for a telephone? I'd probably look at the paintings. I'd be quite curious at this point. So 304. That's innocent enough, isn't it? 304. 3 portraits are particularly interesting. Will you look at a beautiful young woman wearing a tiara, a middle-aged portly gentleman wearing half-moon glasses, or an elderly woman with grey hair? Look at the beautiful woman, I mean, wouldn't you? 151. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo. 151. Here we go. A plaque beneath the painting reads, Lady Margaret of Danvers, 1802 to 1834. She died when she was 32 years old. God, that'll be me in 3 years. I know I keep going on about it, but I think I might be entering some sort of midlife crisis. Can you do that when you're 30 or not? Is that too early? I suppose it's not if you die at 60. You stand and admire her beauty and wonder why she died so young. As you are staring at her... as soon as I read that sentence and wondered why she died so young, I started thinking of the Meatloaf song, Objects in the Rearview Mirror. Yeah. I've been thinking about Meatloaf because I've been lighting candles all around myself, and I think, God, it's just like Bat Out of Hell too, isn't it? Talking rubbish. As you are staring at her face, you suddenly blink and look again. Didn't you just see her lips moving? Surely not. Yeah, probably not. It's a painting, isn't it? A whisper reaches your ears, but you cannot make out its message. You lean forwards and put your ear to the lips. A soft woman's voice is speaking to you. Stranger, beware of this place, for it is cursed. Many have succumbed to its power, myself included. The evil Lord Kelnor will already be plotting your death. Drink not his white wine, or if you can, be gone. Escape while you may. You step back aghast. What sort of place is this? A creepy run-down old building filled with priceless antiques and paintings which talk, just like Harry Potter. A cold prickle runs down your neck, and you must add 1 fear point. Jesus. Right. Now bear in mind that our max fear is 7, and if our fear reaches 7, it's game over. We're already at 1. And that's just from talking to a nice lady in a painting who was trying to give us some advice like it was Harry Potter, except this book was written in 1984, predating Harry Potter. I know they didn't invent talking paintings, I just like going on about it. Damn it. Will you now run for the door, or wait to see what happens? Well, logically you'd run for the door, although I know you can't escape, because otherwise that would just be the end of the book, it'd be pointless. But I just want to see what happens. Maybe it'll be like in Resident Evil, you know, when you open the door and a dog's head comes into it, you have to kick it and stop it. I think that's only in the GameCube remake though, I don't think it does it in the PS1 version. 391. And then you took the words right out of my mouth. Whoa, it must have been while you were kissing me. You took the words right out of my mouth. Here we go. You race across to the door and twist the handle. Ah! You stifle a scream and release the handle immediately as an electric shock runs up your arm. Dun dun dun! Dun dun dun! An electric shock. Oh my god. Lose 2 stamina points. And turn to 277. Right, that brings our stamina down to 13. Remember, it could have been up to 24 if we'd have rolled some good 24. If we'd have done a good roll, but no. 277. Do 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 do. Maybe closer than the... Here we go. Footsteps. Someone is coming. The tall man you met earlier walks in, opening the door for another tall man dressed in a purple smoking jacket. This house is populated entirely by tall men. May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drummer, the butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong and his eyes pierce yours. His lips widen into a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament, but he holds up his hand. Please, I can see that you have been caught in this filthy storm. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain is really to blame. Anyways, I'll stop doing that. I see you have been caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire and we will see whether we can help. Franklin's. Tell the cook to prepare some... The butler's called Franklin's. Tell the cook to prepare some food for our visitor. You protest that you do not wish to be any trouble. We don't want to be any trouble. But your host ignores you and leads you into a drawing room where a fire is burning. You take off your coat and sit down. The heat of the fire makes you feel comfortable once more. Franklin returns with 2 glasses of brandy. Will you relax, drink the brandy, and ask if you can use the telephone? Or will you wait to see what he asks you? Well, we're not going to drink the brandy because the painting told us not to. I'm going to trust the painting. So 111. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't think of a Meatloaf song in time there. Your host is a little annoyed for your nervousness. Come, come, he says, there's no need to be afraid. Has your little accident caused you to lose your nerve? Drink your brandy. You'll soon forget your fears. As you watch him, your mind begins to play tricks on you. Is his expression one of genuine concern for your welfare, or is there a hint of something secretive in his eyes and smile? I don't know if the guy's like afraid of him or seems to be falling in love with him. Let's see where it goes. You shiver with anticipation. And your fear of the situation is evident. Add 1 fear point. Oh, God. Right, that's our fear up to 2. I don't think we're going to survive. Nothing's even happened yet. A short while later, Franklin appears. Your meal is served, sir, he says to the Earl. You both rise and go through the dining room. Turn to 309. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between 2 fine chairs and is laid with gleaming silver cutlery. A rich red wallpaper covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier bristling with candles which hangs from the ceiling. You take your seat and the butler moves behind you to offer you your wine. Sorry. Will you take white wine or the red? Oh, damn! I'm pretty sure the painting said don't drink the red wine, didn't it? So... Oh... Well, the white wine. Turn to 269. I don't know what it is, but it just won't quit. Oh, I don't know what it... Here we go. The wine is dry and light. Obviously a very expensive vintage. Oh, we looked out there. But there is a puzzling aftertaste. God damn it! Which you cannot place. Perhaps there is a little sediment in the decanter. No, the taste is more like aspirin. It actually says aspirin. No, the taste is more like aspirin. Who cares? Aspirin. Too late, you realise your wine has been drugged. Yeah, with aspirin. You start to raise yourself from the table, but the effects are already taking hold. You stumble, fall back and crash to the floor. Consciousness fades, turn to 173. Have we failed already? I don't believe it. I'll tell you what, I was playing one that was called like Starship Traveller. I accidentally killed one of my crew members by force feeding him a strange yellow powder, and that was clearly a mental decision, but I just wanted to do it, just to see what would happen. Whatever. What was it, 216? Oh no, I've actually lost. Where was I just then? Oh, I've lost it. I've turned to the wrong number. It doesn't make sense what I'm reading now. I thought it was 216, 216, 217. Oh, none of them make sense. Oh, what number was I at then? Flipping it. I'm going to have to pause this and check the recording to see what number I'm supposed to be turning to. Can you believe that? Nothing left. Good news, we're not dead. It was 173. As you definitely already knew. You open your eyes, your head is spinning, and it is some time before you are fully aware of the fact that your hands and feet are bound. Damn. The room you are in is empty, but you work out a plan. You will hop over to the window, break the glass, and use it to cut yourself free. Now we're getting somewhere. Pulling yourself to your feet is awkward, but you manage it with a mixture of hops and shuffles. You arrive at the window outside and the wind is blowing the rain against the window panes. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands, something of a risky business, or will you instead test your luck? If you want to test your luck, turn to 136. If you do not wish to use your luck, turn to 360. We've got quite a good luck, so we might as well test our luck. Turn to 136. Here we go. Were you lucky or unlucky? Alright, we have to test it. So the way you test your luck is, you roll 2 dice. Here we go. If the number is equal to or less than your luck score, you go lucky. If the number is higher, unlucky. And every time you test your luck score, you have to decrease your luck by 1. So I just rolled a 7, which is great. So we passed, we were lucky, but now our luck is decreased to 9. So this basically makes it more of every time you test your luck, it gets riskier and riskier. So we were lucky. Brilliant. If you were lucky, you managed to escape the splintering glass without harm. If you were unlucky, the glass got your wrist. Lose 2 stamina points. Great, well we were lucky. Turn to 317. Okie dokie. Good girls go to heaven, but the bad girls go everywhere. Somebody told me so, and now I know every night in my prayers I'll be singing the... Here we go. You cut yourself free and massage your wrist to get the circulation moving again. Then you walk over to the door to try it. It is not locked. You try the handle and open it a little and look outside. Your room is on a first floor landing. Facing the door is a balustrade. I don't know what a balustrade is. On looking over the banister, you can see the entrance hall below. To your left, there are 2 doors in the corner of the landing, which runs along to the right. If you wish to go this way, turn to 287. Looking to your right, the landing runs past another door and then turns left. To go this way, turn to 33. So it's basically like tossing a coin at this point. What you're supposed to do as you play these books is draw a map, which I would normally do, but I can't be bothered at the moment. So, go on. We'll take the first one, 287. Do 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 do. Here we go. It wasn't enough to get that. It was Lost Boys and Golden Girls. 287. You walk up the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the one on your right... Sorry. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the one in front of you has no name. If you wish to enter the Balthus room, turn to 299. If you would rather go through the other door to 286, if you choose to ignore these doors and continue around the landing, turn to 193. We've got to know what Balthus is. Turn to 299. Lost boys and golden girls. Here we go. It's not long enough, I have to wait for a long one before I sing it. The room you have entered is bare. Pinstripe wallpapers cover the wall. A hearth is set in the centre of the wall, and one of the mantelpieces there is a small wooden box. Curtains are pulled together along the wall, but they hang awkwardly, bulging out at unnatural places. Do you wish to... Oh, here we go. Investigate the bulging curtains, open the box on the mantelpiece, or leave the room? I think it'd be prudent to investigate the bulges in the curtains, don't you? Turn to 249. I can't remember the lyrics. Oh, suck it. Lost boys and golden... Oh, no, sorry, I forget the freaking number anyway. Down on the corner and all around... Here we go. Slowly and quietly you walk up to the curtain. There is no movement from it. You grab the left-hand curtain and fling it open. There is a full-length window behind which is barred from the outside, but nothing is hiding there. You take hold of the other curtain, but before you can move it, the bulges you noticed come to life. Turn to 236. You're getting scared on that, yeah? Oh my god. From behind the curtain, a heavy blow hits you in the chest and knocks you backward onto the floor. Lose 2 stamina points and add 2 fear points. Oh no. So our stamina now is down to 11 and our fear is up to 4. 3 more fear points and we're done for. Damn it. You pick yourself up quickly and the curtain slides to one side. A human figure steps out. Its skin is a dirty green colour. Its wide eyes stare at you, yet through you Its jaw gapes open to reveal a mouthful of half-rotten teeth. It wears ragged clothes and is advancing towards you, resolving your fight with this zombie. Sorry. Resolve your fight with this zombie! You know, all caps. Zombie. Skill 7, stamina 6. Alright, and there's a picture of the zombie as well. Hold that up for you. Don't know if you can see it. There we go. Disgusting. Alright. So, let's see. Right, doing a fight. God, get all my stuff together. The zombie as a zombie, so we can look at our combat history later, see how we did. Skill 7, stamina 6. Okay, so the way the fights work, we each take it in turns to roll 2 dice, add that to our skill score. Whoever gets the highest wins. So let's try and get through it, shall we? Right, the zombie has, oh my god. Right, so the zombie just got 10, 17. Versus our skill score, we got a 3 and a 5, 8 added to our skill of 5, which is 13, so we lose that round and take 2 points of damage. God damn it. So our stamina's on 9. Alright, so let's try and get through it. Zombie, 4, 7, 11. Us, brilliant. 8 plus 9. 17. I'm going to reveal how terrible I am at maths now. Brilliant. So the zombie's down to 4. We just have to hit him 2 more times. Right, zombie. 4 plus 7, 11. Us. 6 plus 8, 14. We win. One more hit and the zombie's done. Oh, that's a good one. Double 1. 9 for the zombie. Brilliant. We win. By the way, we got a 7 there. Added to our skill of... Oh no, I've just realised. Start the fight over again. I was using our... I'm sure I was just using our initial skill of 8, whereas we've got a... we're supposed to have a skill of 5 because we're unarmed. You have to deduct 3 skill points from your initial skill roll to... what's the word? Not indicate? Whatever, I'll use indicate, even though it's not the exact word I want to use. To indicate the fact that you're unarmed. So I think we cheated that fight a little bit, but I'm not going to do it again for the sake of time. It would be terribly boring. I'm sure nobody cares too much about the rules. I'm going to die anyways. I think we'd have won. So we beat the zombie. Brilliant. But from now on, yeah, alright you bad boy, but no more freebies, as the genie would say. That was the genie from Aladdin, in case you didn't get what he even bothered to do an impression. If you defeat the zombie, turn to 114. Yes. Oh, it was nothing but a low. Here we go. Do you wish to leave the room or investigate the box on the mantelpiece? Why would we just walk out having achieved nothing? Got to investigate the box now that we've defeated the zombie. Turn to 40. It was a hot summer night and the beach was burning. I was far crawling over the sand. Here we go. The box rattles when you touch it. There is something solid inside. You undo the latch and open the box. Inside you find a small key. You try the key in the door and it fits. What door? The key turns and unlocks the door. Did I definitely turn to the right page then? Yeah. Investigate the box on the mantelpiece, turn to 4, yeah. Alright, yeah. What door was he talking about? The key turns and unlocks the door, allowing you to leave the room. Alright, the door must have locked behind us, but I missed that because I didn't try to leave. You find you are in the corner of the landing, and there is an unmarked door to your left. If you wish to go through it, turn to 86. Straight ahead you can see now on the main staircase. If you wish to go this way, turn to 193. Let's go through the door, turn to 86. I'll just show you, there's an illustration on the other page of 2 skeletons and one's wearing a cool hat. So that's pretty neat, isn't it? It's got nothing to do with the passage I'm reading at the moment. That's the word, passage. I was looking for that before. Got nothing to do with the passage I was looking for. Oh, carrying on. Yeah. If you wish to go through it, turn to 86. Yeah. Investigate everything. That's the rule in these books. If you get the option to investigate, investigate. 86. The door opens into a... I'm just checking to see if I was recording then. I had a sudden fear that I hadn't pressed the record button. The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There is a door halfway along the left-hand side, and a sign on the door identifies it as the Diabolus room. Oh, we're definitely going in there. If you wish to try this door, turn to 13. If you wish to investigate the window instead, turn to 110. If you're not keen to do either and prefer to go back through the door, continue along the landing, turn to 193. No, we're going to the Diabolus room. It'll probably be the end of us, but I've got to know what's in there. 13. See, this is why people end up dead in horror movies. They just can't resist. Curiosity just becomes too much. You step into the room and close the door behind you. The room is empty and you have a sigh of relief, falling back against the door to catch your breath. Will you rest in the room or try the window for a means of escape? Yeah, I don't want to rest in a room that's called the Diabolus room. Let's try the window, even though we're clearly not going to escape through the window. Turn to 107. Where are we at? See, you don't know whether I'm going to do a Meatloaf song or not when I'm turning the pages. Even that is scary. Freaking scary. 107. You walk over to the curtains and part them slowly. Outside, the storm is still raging. I thought, wow, this was a Meatloaf song where one of the lines is outside, the storm is raging. Ah, suck it. Thunder rolls across the sky and rain rattles against the window. The window is barred. There's no way out here. Turn to 168. Bugger. Should have just rested, shouldn't I? Could have probably lost some fear points. A soft voice is calling you up. What? Yeah. Yeah, turn to 168. No. A soft voice is calling your name. You leap back against a wall, while across the room a strange shape is forming. A human figure is passing through the very wall itself and entering the room. At least the figure is almost human, but its head is missing. As it materialises before you, the voice becomes clearer. It comes from a head that is carried, not on the apparition's shoulders, but in its hand, which hangs down at its side. The sight is horrible, and ghostly blood drips to the carpet. See, nearly headless Nick. This guy's completely headless. Take that, J.K. Rowling. Again. Blood drips down onto the carpet from its severed head. You must add 2 fear points. This might be the end of us. Oh my god, right, we're up to 6 fear points. One more and we're just done. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am definitely up to 6 fear points. Will you stay to hear what the ghost has to say, or run from the room? Right, I'm just going to show you the ghost. Here's a drawing of it. What do you reckon? Would you stay to hear what the ghost has to say? Yeah, I would. Turn to 124. Ooh. There we go. The disembodied head speaks. Prepare yourself for death, miserable mortal, it gloats, for the evil that is in this place cannot be escaped. The House of Drummer has drawn you here for one purpose. Before the night is out, you will join me and my companions in the netherworld. Our fate will be yours. You will forever haunt this place that has caused your death. With these words, a mocking laughter fills the room. The apparition turns back through the wall, and as it does so, the laughter fades. But the fright will give you 2 fear points. Add these to your total and leave the room. That's it. Game over. Fear has overcome us. What a terrible ending. What a terrible, pointless end. I should have just left, shouldn't I? Oh well, that was the House of Hell. Oh my god. Maybe I'll try that again sometime. Not likely. Oh, sorry, I just hit the assistive touch button on my phone. The lock button broke, which sucks. So now I have this weird widget on my phone at all times. It's really annoying. Do you know what? I've just remembered the appointment. It was a... do you know what? Who cares?